Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hey, this is Warren Redlick. Decided to do a stream. I'm in this weird situation where I am traveling. I don't see anybody watching yet, so I'm going to wait and see if anybody shows up. Hello. Okay, so people are here. Thank you for watching. Hey, this is Warren Redlick. I just wanted to update people on what's going on. First, the beginning, just to start off with, we see the news that Tesla delivered 254,000 vehicles. They produced 258,000. The biggest information is at the last sentence of the press release. June 2022 was the highest vehicle production month in Tesla's history. So we can focus on, deliveries declined in Q2 versus Q1, but the important thing is that things are moving. June was their biggest month of production in Tesla's history. This is a good sign. Oh, and hi, everybody. Thanks for seeing everybody. So that, I'm less concerned about whether we had a tough quarter because of COVID shutdowns in Shanghai or whatever. My big question was, what's the run rate at the end of the quarter? And it appears that June 2022 was the highest vehicle production month in Tesla's history. Hopefully we're going to find out soon, if we haven't already, what they were able to do in Shanghai. There's a lot of good news, so we're going to talk about that. And there is a live stream tomorrow. I just haven't made a video in a while. I'm literally sitting in a McDonald's parking lot on their Wi-Fi. Thanks to McDonald's. They don't take Dogecoin, but their Wi-Fi is lit. So I just wanted to talk, the main purpose of this video was I wanted to talk about the Tesla shareholder proposals. One of my supporters from the Locals platform, if you're not on the Locals platform, please consider subscribing. And of course, check out the t-shirts at elonbits.com. There's a series of proposals here that the first 6 are Tesla proposals, and then the first 5 are Tesla proposals, and the rest are stockholders. So these are the Tesla proposals, and these are the stockholder proposals. These are things that require a shareholder vote. I had a bacon double cheeseburger, JF. Bacon double cheeseburger is reasonably low priced and reasonably low calories, so that's what I went with. Are we still here? We're still here. Okay. This thing's messing me up. Okay, so I want to go through these one at a time. If you're a stockholder and you're getting ready to vote, I wanted to, help you make your decision how to vote. My short answer is vote for everything the board tells you to vote for, and don't vote for anything the board tells you not to vote for. That should be obvious. But I want to go through and make sure people understand what exactly is going on. So the first proposal is about changing, is recommending Ira Ehrenpreis and Kathleen Wilson-Thompson to be reelected as board members. There's a paired proposal here that, and Tesla recommends voting for these two. These are current board members. Tesla wants them to continue as board members. I'm gonna address questions at the end of the chat. And I should say, there's gonna be a live stream tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern time that I'm gonna be doing from a different parking lot. Maybe with a different, I'm not sure whether I'll be using my laptop or my phone on that one. How am I? So, this is awkward. I'm trying to figure this. I've never done this with the laptop before, but I think it's better than the phone. My phone battery's low. So, really quick, let's just talk about these two nominees. Ira has been a member of the board since May 2007. Do you think the company's doing well, been doing well since May of 2007? I think the company's been doing really well since May of 2007. Ira's been on the board since May of 2007. He's got all these qualifications, but you know what my biggest qualification for Ira is? He's been on the board since May of 2007. And I would say Tesla's done really well in the last 15 years. Good job, Ira. Stay on the board. So I would recommend voting for Ira. Kathleen has been a member of the board since December 2018. Okay. Things have gone reasonably well since 2018. I think we can all agree with that. She's got great credentials. Was involved with Walgreens. Good history. I think there's a lot of reasons to support her. And, frankly, I don't know of a better, somebody who's been on the board. Honestly, my take is, look, Elon and the team are running the company, and I like the way they're running the company. And if they say this is who we want, then that's who we should go with. So I'm excited to have her on the board, and I support her as well. So then, that was proposal 1. Proposal 2 is reducing director terms to 2 years, and this is actually paired with proposal 3. So Currently, the director terms are 3 years. The director terms are being reduced to 2 years. This has something to do with Larry Ellison, who is the second largest individual shareholder after Elon and the CEO of Oracle Corporation, or chairman of Oracle Corporation, whatever, the founder and chairman. He's the big dude at Oracle. They're reducing the terms, so the terms go to 2 years instead of 3 years. And they're reducing it from 3 classes of directors to 2. And you can see here that the proposal would have an effect on Ira and Kathleen, that their terms the first column says 2024, the second column says 2025. Instead of getting 3-year terms, they would get 2-year terms. This is explained a little bit later. Let's cover the explanation here. They had this structure in place to protect Tesla from outside challenges, raiders, whatever. But they want to make Tesla more accessible to shareholders, give shareholders a little bit more influence. So board members only serving 2 years instead of 3 years means we get to vote on board members more frequently. I don't think anything's going to change. I think I'm going to continue to vote for the board members that Tesla recommends, but this opens up Tesla a little bit more to shareholder influence. And then so, both of these proposals to shorten the terms to 2 years, and then I think this changes the vote. Some of the votes require supermajority voting, and I think this reduces those to just straight majority voting. And again, this gives shareholders more influence over the company. So their feeling is, you know what, we've gotten to the point where Tesla's already in a great position. We don't need to worry about somebody coming and raiding the company or whatever. So we're opening this up. We're giving shareholders more access. I think this is great. I didn't know Omar was having a space on Twitter at the time. Sorry, Omar. But most people will watch this later rather than now. So reasons for the proposed amendment. The next amendment. This is Amendment 4. This is for the stock split. I personally don't care about stock splits, but if the board wants to do it, I support it. This authorizes adding 4 billion more shares. Currently, there's 2 billion authorized shares. You can't do a stock split from 1 billion shares. You can't do a 3-to-1 stock split because you'd have to create 3 billion new shares. So they need to add 4 billion shares, so there'd be a total of 6 billion shares available, so there'd be room for a stock split. So that's the plan. I support whatever the board wants to do. I personally don't care about stock splits. I know a lot of people ask me about stock splits all the time. I'm not saying I'm against stock splits. I just don't have a strong feeling about it. But the board says vote for it. I say vote for it. Number 5, this is really simple and straightforward. PricewaterhouseCoopers as the independent accounting firm that's going to do the auditing. You can see that their total fees, $17 million. That's a drop in the bucket for Tesla. Seems perfectly reasonable. Well-established company. They're fine. So please vote for the first 5 proposals. Now, the remaining proposals, the board says don't vote for them. I'm going to say don't vote for them. But, quick summary here. This one is to enable shareholders to aggregate their shares to equal 3% of stock owned continuously. Basically, it would give certain shareholders, make it easier for them to influence the outcome of shareholder votes. And Tesla opposes that. And in particular, what I noticed here was that the version that they proposed may create an opportunity for special interests that seek only short-term returns, rather than having the company's long-term interests in mind. I am a long-term investor. If you follow my channel, you know I avoid talking about short-term stuff. I think short-term stuff is a bad way to go. Short-term thinking is a bad way to follow Tesla. Tesla is a long-term company. It's a long-term bet that, 5-10 years from now, Tesla's going to be much bigger than it is. If you get short-termers influencing the outcome of company policy, then you lead to serious problems. And I think this was the most specific one. There's also a concern about no safeguards about using proxy access to nominate directors who will act only in their individual interests. This is important. We want board members. Look, fundamentally, I trust Elon. I trust the team. I trust their choice of board members. I don't trust outsiders coming in and using their influence. And there was a reference to, I think in their thing, there was a reference to, maybe I didn't save it. There was some reference to how BlackRock does this, you know, like I want BlackRock to have more influence over how Tesla's run. I don't think so. Okay, so now the rest of them are the woke proposals. These are the woke proposals. An annual report on policies and practices ensure its board of directors attains racial and gender representation that is better aligned with the demographics of customers or regions in which it operates. How many Chinese board members are we going to need? This is wokeism. We want racial and gender representation. I mean, I think half the cars are being made in China now. You want half the board to be Chinese? What are you doing? This is just this is the way that the woke try to handicap companies from actually doing their business. And this is, you know, one of the woke amendments. I find the woke amendments hilarious. Please vote no on this one. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. Another woke one on the impact wants a publicly disclosed report on the impact of the use of mandatory arbitration on Tesla's brand, employees, and workplace culture. Look, and Tesla says this in their opposition, which I won't bother. I didn't make a copy of it, but workplace arbitration is a common feature of today's workplace. Do you want to handicap Tesla in competition with its competitors? Not that it has any competitors, but do you want to make it more difficult for Tesla to do its work? You know, do you want to make more difficult for Tesla to do business? This is a wokist proposal. It's more like a labor. There's another union proposal coming at the end. But, you know, wokeness, oh, we want reports. Like, let's create more paperwork. How about let's create more cars? Let's create more EVs. Let's create more customers. Let's create more great products, and let's not handicap the company by making them do more freaking paperwork. Just not a fan of paperwork, and I'm not a fan of wokeism. Okay, another report. Oh, we need more reports, everybody. We don't have enough reports. We need a report on Tesla's lobbying and policy influence activities to see if they align with the Paris Agreement. You want to make sure that Tesla's behavior is in line with the Paris Agreement to reduce CO2 emissions. It's the company that is working harder than anybody else to reduce CO2 emissions. They're making electric cars. They're making solar. This is dumb, and it's just more. We need evaluation. We need paperwork. We need to. How many people we got to hire to do this crap? Report. Oh, come on. Let's make life difficult for the board of directors. Let's make life difficult for the management team. Just nonsense. Okay, board of directors. This is another one. Oh, this is the labor one. We want. They basically want. This basically is. Oh, they include a commitment to non-interference when employees exercise the right to join or form or join trade unions. Look, Tesla employees are paid well. Tesla employees get access to Tesla stock at reasonable prices. Tesla employees get to work at the most exciting company in the world, except maybe for SpaceX, maybe Neuralink. They you know, they're at the cutting edge. I'm sitting in my Model X, by the way, as we're talking. I've got a sunscreen up to like protect me from the sun shining down on my head because the Model X windshield goes up too high. I love this car, but anyway, this is just the labor the labor movement trying to sabotage Tesla from succeeding. I mean, honestly, the woke proposals are like, how can we make it harder for Tesla to succeed? Let's throw a bunch of junk in the way to give them more paperwork so they don't have time. I'm not on a road trip right now, Dusty. I'm staying at my apocalypse cabin. The road trip is coming. Tesla proposal number 12. Another report. Oh, we need reports. Another report about Tesla's policies and practice governing the sourcing of battery minerals and progress toward cobalt-free battery goals. Tesla's working on cobalt-free batteries. They're doing more cobalt-free batteries than anybody else in the industry, right? The lithium iron phosphate battery packs from CATL are cobalt-free. It's like half the company's vehicles now run on the cobalt-free batteries, and they're working on the 4680. Currently, I believe the 4680 still has cobalt in it, but they're working to make it a high nickel battery that doesn't use cobalt. They're making progress. Oh, and it's just like, let's make it harder for Tesla to do business. Let's make it harder for Tesla to do business. This is the woke proposals. This is what these proposals are. Just a pain in the butt. Oh, another report on ongoing water risk exposure. Look, Tesla is environmentally focused. They're trying to do the best they can. This is just another attempt to hamstring Tesla, make them do more paperwork, make it look like they're not doing their job and protecting from whatever environmental concerns you're concerned about. Hey, the big environmental concern, every time I hear the environmentalists talking, Climate change is the big environmental concern. Who's doing more about climate change? Why don't you pick on somebody else? Tesla's not these are not the Teslas you're looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. Tesla's not the company you need to worry about when it comes to this stuff. So I think that's it. So let's see. Shouldn't I be eating berries and bark instead of burgers and bacon? Bark doesn't sound good. I passed up blueberries for apples at the grocery store the other day. Let's see. Yeah, Tesla does a great job with water. This is all nonsense. What am I thinking for 2023 production? Troy is at 2.1 million vehicles for 2023, but June is at a 1.5 million year run rate already. Was it 1.5 million run rate? I didn't see that number. Yeah, I know. I think 2.5 million is more likely for 2023. I think Texas is going to ramp. Berlin's going to ramp. Shanghai. I think the question about 2023 is when do they build the second Shanghai Gigafactory? We're going to see Tesla's first Shanghai Gigafactory is going to be over 1 million vehicles next year. So if they build the second factory, let's say they start building it now and it's ready, you know, and it starts ramping in the Q3 next year, you're probably getting another couple hundred vehicles out of that factory by the end of 2023. So that's 1.2 million. Then you've got Texas ramping. You got Fremont is probably going to hit maybe 800,000 next year, so that's at 2 million. And then you had Texas and Berlin, and I think you get to 2.5 million easy. Maybe you get to 3. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't know if the battery supply's there. I don't know if the chip supply's there, but I think there's a lot of potential. When will Gordon Johnson wake up and give an accurate price top when somebody who hates Tesla isn't paying him? Let's see. I'm just looking at the questions here. VW doesn't really think they're going to catch Tesla in 2025. They're just talking. I'm looking at my chat window here. 28% year on. Yeah, look, 28% year-on-year growth is nothing to sneeze at. It's a decline. I wish it was better, but so I answered Age A's question. So, all right. I just wanted to do a quick video to let people know what was happening. In particular, if you're about to vote on the Tesla shareholder proposals, I haven't voted yet. I just went through them. Now I'm going to go ahead and vote. I did submit my application to enter the random drawing to go to the Tesla shareholder meeting August 4th. I'm hoping they squeeze me in. If so, I will go to the Tesla shareholder meeting. Never been to a Tesla shareholder meeting. Huge fan. Would love to be able to do that. So I'm excited about that. But if you haven't voted, please vote. Please vote yes on the first 5 proposals that the board recommends, and please vote no on the remaining proposals. They're, you know, this wokeism, it's special interests trying to get, you know, short-termers trying to get influence over the company that would make the company less effective over the long term. When will Tesla start building superchargers in Thailand? That's over my head. I'm in Lake Placid, Florida right now at the McDonald's in Lake Placid, Florida. I spend a lot of time in Sebring, Florida currently, and Sebring is supposed to get a supercharger. It's permitted at a Wawa, and they haven't built it yet. So I want the supercharger in Sebring first. Tesla needs to sell about 420,000 vehicles per quarter to hit 50% growth. Well, I think we're going to see 420,000 in Q3. I mean, if we got 100, how many? What we've had 1. Got a 1.5 million yearly run rate already in June. I think we're probably looking at 400,000 to 420,000 in the Q3, and then we're going to hit 500,000 or more in Q4. It all depends on how fast Texas ramps. We know that Giga Texas is now delivering the long-range Model Ys with the 2170 cells. There's a really interesting, I don't think people saw this, Ryan from Kilowatts tested out battery charging of a 4680 Model Y, and it charged surprisingly fast. And the only theory that makes sense to me is that the battery is actually software locked to not be able to use its full capacity, that they're treating it as a 60 kilowatt hour pack when it's really a 69 kilowatt hour pack, and they're not letting them use all the batteries. So there may be something where current owners of 4680 Model Ys from Texas will be able to purchase a software unlock to unleash more range on those vehicles. That would be exciting. It's a theory. It's a theory. Giga Osaka, I don't think Giga Osaka will be delivering in 2023, but I think Giga Osaka might be announced by 2023. So, all right. So I want to keep this short. I'm going to do a full live stream tomorrow. 1 o'clock Eastern time from a parking lot in Lake Wales, Florida. This is not a road trip. I'm living in a cabin. I think the cabin's that way, near Lake Estacpoga. If anybody wants to find me, good luck. It's out there, but it's working out. It's got solar. It's got lead acid batteries. I'm thinking about adding more solar and upgrading to lithium iron phosphate batteries, because the lead acid batteries are somewhat limited in their you can only discharge them to 50% before you start hurting their long-term capacity. So anyway, thank you all for watching. I'm going to end the stream now, and I will be in touch tomorrow. I'm going to try to start making more videos. A lot of good news coming. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. And thanks to Mark Plott for moderating. And thank you to supporters. Check out the t-shirts at elonbits.com. Support the channel on the Locals platform, the Patreon, or as a YouTube channel member. Thanks, everyone.